Hello everyone, welcome back to our discussion on the play A Doll's House by Henrik Ibsen. I hope you have gone through the last session on this play. When the play begins, we have seen the two main characters, Nora and Torvald Helmer. They were having a conversation, their husband and wife. And there is a Christmas Eve, and Nora is preparing for the Christmas. So she would like to celebrate that Christmas. And from their conversation, we came to know that their financial situation was not stable for the last few years. Now, her husband, Helmer, is going to have a new job. So she hopes that their financial situation is going to be better and she would like to celebrate this Christmas year. So she has purchased. And from their conversation, we also came to know that this Nora, she's a spendthrift. When she have money, she used to spend it. So Helmer indirectly he is asking Nora not to spend too much money. When their conversation is going on, their maid, Helen, she came back and announced that a stranger, a lady, is waiting near the main door. We don't know who it is. At the same time, Helmer's friend, Dr. Rang, also came there, but that is a non-figure. So Dr. Rang, he came and he went to Helmer's room. So let's see who was that strange lady. So when Helmer talked about this, Nora informed the maid, asked her to come in. Okay, so maid, the doctor came at the same time, sir. So maid informed Helmer, sir, two guests arrived at that time. One is a strange lady, and another one is Mr. Dr. Rang. Okay, so Helmer asked, did he go straight into my room? So he wanted to know whether Dr. Rang, my friend, has gone to my room or not. Maid said, yes, sir, he has gone. So Helmer goes to meet Dr. Rang, his friend. At the same time, the maid asked the strange lady to come in. That is none other than Mrs. Linday. Mrs. Linday is one of the friends of Nora. So Mrs. Linday, in a dejected and timid voice, in a humble voice, in a small voice, she asked, "How do you do, Nora?" So they greet each other. And Mrs. Linday, seeing the response of Nora, asked, don't you recognize me? I think you didn't recognize me who I am, I suppose. And Nora said that, no, I'm sure. Yes, this is Christine. Is it really you? Oh, isn't it Christine? Christine, Mrs. Linday, Christine Linday? So, aren't you Miss Christine? Am I right? So Mrs. Linday said, yes, it is. Anyway, oh, I'm so happy, Nora, you have recognized me. So this is from this conversation we can arrive at a conclusion. They are meeting each other after a long time. Otherwise, Mrs. Linday shouldn't have asked such a question. So Nora asked Christine, you have changed. How you have altered, Christine? Okay. So to think of my not recognizing you, you have changed a lot. You think, what do you feel if I couldn't recognize you anyway? You have changed, you have altered, Christine. This is a usual conversation. If you're meeting one of your friends after a long time, you will say that, oh, you have changed a lot. Anyway, I'm happy to see that. So this is the same situation they have been going through. So Mrs. Linday said, yeah, yes, in 9 or 10 years. So we are meeting after 9 or 10 years. So Nora said that, oh, such a long time. And she said, the last 8 years have been happy time for me. Instead, she didn't ask anything. So Nora instead said that the 8 years have been a happy time for me. And so, how you came into the town? Okay, and that was a plucky of you. Okay, we are meeting after a long time, and this last 8 years was a happy time for me. But we know that that was not a happy years for her because from the earlier conversation, from Nora's earlier conversation with her husband, we understood she had been going through a financial trouble. And Nora asked, "This is a winter time. This is a Christmas time. So this is a winter time. How brave you are! You came here such a long distance." And Mrs. Linda said, "Yeah, I arrived the steamer this morning. Steamer means a train. I came today morning." Nora said that. Anyway, let's have fun, Mrs. Lindy. And it is how delightful it is because this is a Christmas time. So let's celebrate our get together. And she said that, "Okay, Mrs. Lindy, you take this armchair and I will sit in the rocking chair." So she would like to make her see all her possessions. So Nora, she's of a mind that she wanted to prove before her friend she has lot of possessions. So she's living in a better condition. That is why she is pointing out all these things. Okay, we can say that she's showing her possessions, and she is also commenting regarding her appearance. "You are a little paler, Christine, and perhaps a little thinner." Okay, so Nora, see the attitude of Nora. Nora is saying that, "Okay, take this chair, and I will sit here." And she's looking Mrs. Lindy and saying that, "Oh, my dear friend, you look little paler, and you look little thinner. What happened? Do you have any problem?" Okay, so Mrs. Linda said that, "I'm much older." Okay, you said that I look paler and thinner. And one more thing that you would like to add, that you have to add, because I look older too. This is how Mrs. Linda responded. Uh, but Nora said, "Perhaps a little older, very little." We know that usually women they doesn't want to hear such a comment from, especially from another woman. "You look older." I see, I boy. So when Mrs. Linda said so, Nora she became restless. "Oh, I didn't mean that. Yeah, but not that much, my dear friend." This is how Nora is responding. And Mrs. Linde, and she see here, "My poor dear Christine, do forgive me. So if I said something wrong, please forgive me." This is how Nora apologized before to her friend. And Mrs. Linde asked, "What do you mean? What do you mean, Nora? And why you are saying sorry?" Nora, gently, see, she said, "Poor Christine, you are a widow." So, Mrs. Linde's husband is no more. Christine's husband is no more, and she didn't she didn't remember that when Nora met Mrs. Linde. She forgot that thing. She just commented on her appearance, and then she recognized that fact. "Oh, Christine, I'm sorry, I forgot, and you're a widow now." "Mrs. Linde, yes, it is 3 years ago now. Okay, my husband passed away 3 years before." See how freely Mrs. Linde is responding. And Nora said, "Yes, I knew. I saw it in the papers. I always put off on something. Okay, I have seen that news in the newspaper, but I'm sorry, my dear friend Christine, I couldn't contact you at that time. Contact you in the sense at that time there was no telephone. That the communication facilities was not that much at that time. So they used to communicate. People used to communicate through letters." And she said that, "I thought of writing you, but I couldn't. I put off. I postponed this, and some all the time some I was busy with some other things. So I'm so sorry I couldn't write to you. Mrs. Lindy, yeah, I quite understand you. So it happened with me. I know you are a wife. I have a lot of responsibilities. Okay, it doesn't matter anyway. I'm so happy. Nora said that it was very very bad of me, Christian. Poor thing. How you must have suffered, and he left you with nothing. I feel so sad. I feel so bad about you, my dear friend Christine, because you have suffered a lot. And moreover, your husband, he left nothing for you. Okay, so before I could have commented on your appearance, I should have think about that. Okay, now you are a widow and there is no one to take care of you. So I can guess you are going through a difficult phase of your life. And Mrs. Lindy, she said, "No, why you are saying like this, Nora? I'm not like that. I'm okay. Even if he hasn't left anything for me, doesn't matter. I'm okay." Miss Linda, that is why she's saying no. And Nora asked, "And no children?" She didn't know whether Christine has children or not. She asked, "Don't you have children, Christine?" Miss Linda said, "No, I have no children and I have no problem. Nothing at all then." Okay. Mrs. Lindy, not even any sorrow or grief to live upon. So Mrs. Lindy, she said, "Yes, my dear friend Nora, my husband passed away, and you're saying that I might be going through a difficult phase of my life. You're feeling bad about me. But see, I'm happy. I don't have any issue at all. I have no husband, I have no children, and I have not even any sorrow or grief to live. I'm happy. I'm enjoying my life." See the optimistic attitude of Christine regarding life. Some women, they became so sad and they confined themselves into the four walls of their house after the demise of husband, and especially when they have no children, they will think like that, whom should I am living for? But Mrs. Linda is not such a person. She said that I'm okay, I have no grief at all. And Nora asked, "But Christine, is it possible?" She's asking, "But Christine, is that possible?" I don't know. She said, "It sometimes happens, Nora." She smiled sadly. Okay, Mrs. Lindy, she has so right. Actually, she feel bad about the demise of her husband, but she should not want to sit sad all the time. She said that, yeah, it is possible. Sometimes it happens. Again, Nora is saying, "So you're quite alone. How dreadfully sad that must be. I have three children. I have to know them. Okay, that is my case. I'm always busy. I'm always engaged. But how you're spending your time? You have no husband and you have 12 children. How dreadful it was." So this is how Nora thinks. Mrs. Lindy asked, "I want to hear about you." Anyway, Mrs. Linda said, "Nora, leave all those things regarding my husband and having no children. Just tell me about you. We met after long years, or around 10 years. We haven't met. So let's talk about you. How you? No, you must begin. I mustn't be selfish today." Hmm? So Nora, she do not want to talk about her past. She is saying that, so indirectly she is saying that, "I'm not selfish today. I must only think of your affairs. But there is one thing I must tell you. See this. Do you know we have just had a great piece of good luck? What's it?" So, knowingly, Nora is avoiding Mrs. Lindy's question. Nora is saying that, so this is how she is saying, "I do not want to be selfish. So I would like to know about you because you are my guest. And anyway, if you are insisting me to speak about me, I would like to share you a happy news with you. The happy news is my husband has been made a manager of the bank. See, he got a new job. Oh, Mrs. Lindy, your husband? What good luck! Oh, your husband is having a good job. You must be happy. I am also happy to listen that. Nora said that, yes, tremendously. A barrister's profession is such an uncertain thing. So, here, this is a long conversation. I'm not reading all the lines. This is what the summary. Earlier, Nora's husband, Helmut or Helmo, he was a barrister, he was a lawyer. So we know that if they didn't have much cases to undertake, their earning will be so bad. So this was the situation of Helmer before. Now he got a new job at the bank, and he is to take up his work in the bank in the new year. Now, now, now it is Christmas, and in the new year he will join them. So she is very happy. And Nora said that um, not only what one needs, but heaps and heaps of money. So, and she also added one more thing. Okay, when my husband get a new job, we can earn more money. Okay, this is what Nora thinks. Having a better job will ensure them a better life because they can earn more heaps of money. Mrs. Lind is smiling. Nora, haven't you learned sense yet? In our school days, you were a great spendthrift. So, when Nora talked about money, the heaps of money, Mrs. Linde asked, Nora, in our school days, you were a great spendthrift. Okay, you used to spend a lot of money. How much money you have, you used to spend all the money. So Mrs. Linda understood even now she is such a spendthrift. That is why she is longing for heaps of money. Nora, she was laughing. Yes, that is what Torvald says now. She said, yeah, this is my husband says now. But Nora, it's not so silly as you think. We have not been in a position for me to waste money. We have both had to work. Yeah, you might have mistaken me, my dear friend Christine, Nora said. Yeah, I was a spendthrift. Even my husband says the same now. But both of you have to remember one thing. We were not in a position to waste money because here she reveals the fact. She said that we had a financial trouble. So, in order to meet both the ends of the family, we both had to work hard. This is what was we were doing for the last few years. Finally, she revealed the truth before Christine. And Mrs. Melinda Christine, she became surprised. You too? Even you worked? Nora, yeah, yes. The work in the means not a professional work. I used to do some odd jobs like needlework, embroidery, etc. So that was a great boon. And she said that during the first year, he overworked himself dreadfully and he had to make money every way he could. He worked early and late. See, because of our poor financial situation, my husband, he had to work day and night. So, saying that, I also tried to help him doing some odd jobs. And Mrs. Linde asked, you spent a whole year in Italy, didn't you? So earlier, I came to know that you were in Italy for 1 year. Nora said, yeah, we were in Italy. Yes, it was no easy matter to get away, I can tell you. Yeah. I do not want to hide that from you. At that time, when we were in Italy, my first child was born, and it was a wonderful period of my life because we became parents. But the cost of money, the tremendous lot of money. But though we were happy because we had a child, we have to face financial difficulties. Okay, and she said that it cost about 250 pounds. That is a lot, isn't it? So around that much money it cost at that time. And I want to tell you that we had it from Papa. So sometimes when we had some emergencies, my father he used to help us. Nora revealed everything to her friend. So sometimes we know that when a husband and wife is in a financial trouble, if their parents could help them financially, they do because it is also their responsibilities. So she said that it was my father. He helped us in our emergency situation. And Mrs. Linde that said that it was just about that time he died. Yeah. But I think when you were in Italy, it was about that time itself your father passed away. Nora said, yeah, yes, he passed away at that time. But I regret. Nora, she became so sad and she said, but I regret I couldn't go and nurse him. I couldn't fulfill the responsibilities of a daughter to my father when he was in his deathbed because I was in Italy, I had a son to take care of, and moreover, we were going through a financial trouble. So, uh, even still, I regret about my father, how I couldn't take care of him. I never saw him again, Christine. That was the saddest time I've known since our marriage. If somebody asked me what is the saddest moment of your life after your marriage, I will say that it was the time when my father passed away. It was the time I couldn't take care of my sick father. Mrs. Lindy said that I know how much you loved him. And when then you went off to Italy, then asking, then you leave. When did you leave this Italy? And Nora said, yes. You see, we had money then, and the doctors insisted on our going, so we started a month later. So she said all these things. Okay. After that, we go back to Italy and we spend time, and all it goes on. And Mrs. Lindsay immediately asked a question. Nora, let me ask you something. Is your husband quite well? Is his health is good? Nora, she got surprised. We were talking about our past. So immediately, Christine is asking, "Is my husband is uh, have good health or not?" She's surprised, and Nora said, "Yeah, he sounds as a bell. Yeah, he is okay. He's quite well." Mrs. Linden, but when I came, I saw a doctor who's standing there. Who is that doctor? So you know that we have seen Dr. Ram and Mrs. Linde came at the same time, and she said, "Don't you remember that doctor? And the gentleman who arrived here just as I did was the doctor." Oh, then only Nora understood what she is talking. Yeah, yes, that was Dr. Ram. Yeah, that is doctor. But he doesn't come here professionally because he is one of the greatest friends of my husband and he used to visit us every day. And my husband told he has no illness at all. My children and myself, we all are healthy. Okay. So she said, And she also said, see, she jumps up and claps her hand. My all are happy. Christine, Christine, it's good to be alive and happy. But how horrid of me. I'm talking of nothing but my own affairs. So again, Noe said that my family, they are all happy and she is very happy. And she said to Christine, I'm talking about my own affairs. And she sits near Christine and takes her arms and said, you mustn't be angry with me. You must not be angry with me. Tell me, is it really true that you did not love your husband? Why did you marry him? So again, Nora has changed the topic. She asked Christine, let me ask you something. Did you really love your husband? If not, why did you marry him? Mrs. Linde said, my mother was alive then, and she was bedridden and helpless, and I had to provide for my two younger brothers, so I did not think I was justified in refusing his offer. So it is proven from this conversation. Nora, she is a happy wife. Even though she had financial difficulties, she is leading a happy life, marital life with her husband and children. But in the case of Mrs. Sulney, from this one conversation, it's clear that she didn't love her husband who passed away 3 years ago. Uh, Mrs. Linda's uh, mother was not well and she had to take care of her family, so she couldn't deny the marital proposal from her husband at that time. So actually, she was not in love. No, perhaps you were quite right. He was rich and then I believe was quite well off, but his business, I'm sorry, it's hiding. But his business was a precarious one, and when he died, it all went into pieces and there was nothing left. Yeah, when he was marrying me, he was quite rich, he had a business. So that is why I couldn't refuse his proposal. By marrying him, I could help my mother, the bedridden mother, and my two younger brothers. But things went wrong after his demise. After his business collapsed. It went all into pieces, and nothing left now. Even I don't have husband, I don't have children, and I don't even have money too. This is what I'm going through. So this is what uh, Lindsay revealed regarding her family life. I hope you have understood this much. I'm not explaining further. Um, I hope you all are watching this lessons. With this, I'm winding up today's class. Thank you.